Hey guys, I have to apologize to everybody. I've been here talking for 20 minutes and I forgot to press the magic button that actually turns on the stream. I'm so sorry. But I was here. And maybe I'm not sure if it gets recorded, but I will try to see if I can repost it. Yeah. Quick summary for those who are still here. I'm going to try to go through it really fast. All right. Overall, we're seeing a lot of weakness, a lot of gap downs, a lot of names looking very similar. We have our big moves. We're having our gap downs, so we have daily higher lows on on SPY and the SPX 500, on Nasdaq and the QQQ. We have key support levels. Most of these names are looking for hourly oversold bounces. So we want to see these hourly oversold bounces, and bears are looking to anticipate that bounce, and they're going to be looking to short those moves to the upside. Now I'm all scatterbrained. Can't believe I did this. Okay. I'm just going to keep going. You know what? I'm going to redo the show as much as I can. And anyone who's in chart, guys, go ahead, watch the regular market show. It starts in 10 minutes. I'm just going to redo the show as best I can, all right? I feel bad and I feel silly, but here we are. Okay, let's start over. SPX 500 USD, looking for daily higher low support. We have daily support of 40.35.6. And right now we have bears in control in the hourly time frame. Again, we're anticipating an hourly oversold bounce. Why? Because we are super extended to the downside. We can see we have been oversold and we're on the verge of oversold on the 4-hour time frame. So that gives us grounds for expectation for a substantial bounce. What we're going to be looking for as a signal that may be underway is going to be an increase in volume, and we're going to be looking for a 15-minute trend change. Bulls need to break 40.90.6. That is the ticket for us, and we need to set a higher low after that for longevity. Remember, we expect the break. We expect that hourly higher low or lower high. But just like over here, we got our 50-minute higher high. But we failed to hold it. We failed to change the trend. So bears are in full control right now, and they're looking very similar on the NASDAQ. If we go to the NASDAQ, see all these lines I've marked up already? I've been through this. Daily support, okay, 12,925.4. Bears in control again. Similar chart. We're expecting that hourly oversold bounce. We've been oversold for a few hours now, and we're looking to the 50-minute trend to change in our favor for that signal to be activated. We have a little bit of a tightening range in the 5-minute time frame. If we can break this 50-minute high and get a 50-minute higher low, then we may be setting that hourly oversold bounce. If we see a huge increase in volume, we're going to be looking for that uptick, and we're going to require some consolidation on the 5 and 50-minute time frame. So look for a higher low. If we can get that and a higher high, it increases our confidence that that bounce is underway. Okay. What was my process? Yes. Okay, so we're checking out these names. I didn't introduce myself. Jason Chart Guy's partner. Yeah, I'm all over now. All right, let's reset our mind. Remember what we're doing, what our purpose is, and the goal of this show, which is to understand what the current conditions of the overall market are, because the market is our current, it's the river in which we're trading, and we need to understand the context in our environment to make sure that we can make the best choices. So we know that the bears are very much in control of almost all time frames, and we do have a bull opportunity on an hourly oversold bounce and a 4-hour oversold bounce, but that's going to be very short term. And remember that there are going to be aggressive bears waiting at the top of that bounce, looking to capitalize on eager traders who have a perma-bull mindset. And you need to look at your trading history and say, look, have you been conditioned to trade in this over the last year, which has been incredibly bullish? And are you getting into bad trades, trying to play bounces that you think are going to have a lot of upside continuation? We need to avoid that. We need to remember that our upside right now is currently short-lived. It is just a little bit of a bounce potential. And we need to remember that the most likely outcome is continuation, which at this point is to the downside. So that needs to shift before we can start playing these beautiful 5-minute patterns and expecting the market to save us from any mistakes that we make. The market is not here to save you right now, okay? Keep that in mind. DGI, we have daily support 33.55.22, and we have a little bit of hourly support at 33.842.85. That is the low over here, and really that's all we have at this point. Maybe a little titch of something at 34,000 and 22.57, but that is all we see. IWM is a little bit stronger, at least it was yesterday. Gap down 216.02 is where we're setting to open. The only support really is 211.54, and again, hourly oversold, looking for an hourly oversold bounce. For all these oversold bounces, what I want to do is, for example, on SPY, I am not so much concerned about the hourly time frame because we have been hourly oversold for a while. So I have to zoom out. For clarity, I see the 4-hour time frame seems to be dipping into oversold. The last time we got oversold there was just a couple of weeks ago. We saw a pretty substantial jump. So we're going to be, best case scenario, looking for 4-hour oversold, and we're going to be watching the 50-minute time frame as we sit. Bitcoin continues to drop. Right now, in the 15-minute time frame, testing a daily support level from way back here, 32,193.70. Below that, we have 29,150. Big drop, bears in complete control. So this is complete fear-based selling, driving the price down very, very rapidly. So again, we look for areas of potential bounce. Here's an hourly oversold. Well, actually, it's a perfect bounce right to our EMA 26. Over here, we got another one to our EMA 27. Am I expecting the same on the hourly time frame? No, because we have been oversold, and this is pretty aggressive. We're going to be looking for daily, maybe even weekly oversold conditions. Well, I hope not. Weekly's a ways away. So, just like our SPX, we are looking for the trend that has a dominant time frame. I'm going to be expecting a significant bounce here on the EMA 5 or the 5-minute time frame, just because how aggressive this particular move is. And what we can do is zoom right in to see who has got the information that we need. Here we are grinding our support level. First break, what we need to do is break this little guy here. So far, this is a 15-second double top. Bulls showing their initial little bit of intent. If we can break 33,174 and 86 with a little bit of vol volume, that is going to be the kickoff for our bounce. So what we're looking at essentially is the movement to the downside, consolidation, movement to the downside, consolidation, and that can continue. But because we're so oversold, we move so aggressively, the short-term bears are going to be too extended. They're going to be tired, and they're going to be taking a break. And it is the absence of those bears that allow the bulls a little bit of an attempt for a bull move. So it's not that the bulls are returning, it's that the bears have simply exhausted themselves and they don't have the capability to continue to push the price down. Because for every sell here, someone is buying this. The bears are just overwhelming the bulls, and eventually they're going to peter out. Just for a short while, which gives the bulls an opportunity. So we may be doing this now. Bull volume is not really substantial. Compare the bear volume here to the bull volume that we're seeing. This is more like we are simply matching each other, and we expect continuation. So unless the bulls can really apply some more pressure here, this is not a particularly strong start to a bounce in a 15-second time frame. Go to our 2-minute, and we can build out ourselves a 2-minute bear flag pretty easily at this point. So looking for those bulls, looking for the volume. Ethereum, big drop below our daily support. We had 2040 support over here, and then now we sell about the round number 2,000 psychological. It looks like we hit that, didn't we? Oh, perfect. Look at that. So if you're looking to scout these entries, psychological numbers are your buddy. 50-minute time frame, big drop. See how we lost support and just completely fell apart there? 15-second time frame. Did we get a similar situation? Here is our 15-second drop, consolidation, drop, change of trend, breakout, and looking like the bounce is underway with a quick V-shaped recovery. Looking a little wedgy over here. Bitcoin, how are you doing? Still struggling. So Bitcoin is really going to be leading the charge in these oversold bounces. Okay. What do we want to check out? Let's take a look at SPY. So SPY we looked at, we're looking for hourly oversold conditions into a bounce, expecting that bounce to follow through. Then we'll be looking for a lower high. Aggressive bears are going to be shorting that. QQQ, very similar situation. We're gapping down pretty hard. And on the hourly time frame, we continue to drop support 316, 314.96. At this point, I'm not really sure what I've covered and what I haven't covered, so apologies again. To understand what SPY is doing, we need to look at our spider sectors. XLK is very similar to QQQ. They're both heavily tech. And we have 130.96 as a support level. Hourly is oversold. So again, expecting an hourly oversold bounce. Target 133.75, a former area support, now resistance. XLF, a weaker open again. Support 36.54. XLF is coming off of recent all-time highs. So a lot of momentum here. Possible 4-hour equilibrium. And must hold level for these bulls are 36.30, 36.04. Bears in complete control. Again, we're looking for 15-minute trend changes, 5-minute trend changes to give us any signs of life. For SPY to have a beautiful day, all of these names need to see good upside potential, because if they are in conflict with each other, SPY is going to have a less fun, choppy day. XLV 121.61 is our support level, must hold, opening at 122.32. Go to our hourly time frame. Although we can't see it here, we are looking for an hourly, well, close to hourly oversold condition. Actually holding up a little bit better than everyone else. Let's see if we get that follow through. 121.40 is the after hour support level we can look at as well. And XBI. How did we draw this maneuver? XBI setting to gap down open. That's the story here. Pretty much every name, gap down open, potential for hourly oversold bounce, caution on the hourly oversold bounce, aggressive bears will look too short. 119.98 support level, opening in that range, hourly time frame, right there. All right. Let's check in on the chat here. We'll see what's going on. All right, I appreciate you guys sticking with me through the show. I appreciate you watching for half an hour, 20 minutes, wondering where the heck I am. Let's see. So the whole market crashes and the customer loses control of the sell button. That is, as someone who runs a, well, Chart Guys runs TraderPro.com, which is an alert system that tries to find ideal trading situations. It's not a buy or sell at all. It's not what we do. But, you know, if I'm trading on this particular setup and I know this is something that I would like to know about, we create an alert for that. So the point is, we run that. We've run it for 3 years. We're constantly running into new bugs that only ever show up in periods of massive amount of volume. And it's really hard to replicate those conditions. And so you do your best. If you're an exchange and you're running into problems, when you get these massive volumes and massive amount of orders, you rarely get an opportunity to figure out what's going on. So a little bit of sympathy for some of these exchanges, but I understand the sheer frustration at not being able to exit your positions through no mistake of your own. 32,200 must hold level for the short term Bitcoin bulls. This was a very weak bounce attempt, and I'm going to expect to see some more selling here. If we see another move to the upside and just the briefest baby 2-minute higher high, so let's go to the 15-second again. We just get over top of this. I'm going to clear that chart. We're watching for bear flags, essentially. It's a must-hold level for the bulls. Now we get back up above this level and we just set a higher high. We don't get any follow-through, which is looking unlikely because we have a bear flag here. So let's go to the 5-second time frame. This works everywhere, guys. If we have a bear flag, which this is right now, and I'm going to warn you that when you go on the smaller and smaller time frames, your analysis gets significantly less reliable. But what we are seeing is the makings of a bear flag. We have our drop, we have higher highs without a ton of follow through, and we have higher lows with without a lot of follow through. So it's a perfect bear flag type feel. Now, if this continues and we get a very, very aggressive bear attack, that may be just exactly what the bears need to drive through 32,200. But if we zoom out, we also know that we are in a larger pattern. So by zooming out, we go to the 15-second, and all we're looking for is a higher high over 34,752 without any follow through, which fits the bill for a larger 2-minute bear flag. So we always have to be aware of how all these time frames work together. Let's see. Just reading the chat here. Is this a buy the dip situation or trying to catch a falling knife? Right now it's falling knife, especially in Bitcoin, because this is highly volatile, right? You could be playing these oversell bounces, but you need to be very, very aggressive, and you need to be willing to take some losses, and maybe you get stopped out 3 or 4 times before you actually find the real initiation to that upside swing. Daily is oversold. If you play this chart as anything else, just remove yourself from the fact as a Bitcoin and all the narrative that goes along with it. You're going to have a better time. The daily volume is good so far. It's what we like to see on these big drops. And then what we're going to be looking for is big climax oversold conditions. So here's a good amount of volume. This one's a good amount of volume. And we're just looking for these bulls and bears to fight out over this 32,200 level. So what we can do is watch for those trend changes. We can look for failure of the flag. If this becomes a bear flag and we see substantial follow through for it, then we get more aggressive in our bounce entries. So what I mean by that is right now I believe this to be building out a flag. So I'll be looking for downside. Now for the bulls to prove me wrong, what I'm going to look for them to do is to break over top of 34,752, but do it with a little bit of pep, come back, get a 2-minute higher low, and then I start looking to get into those longer term entries. Again, we're just expecting a move at this point to our EMA 26. So you have to be willing to get in and out, and to just catch the bottom, straight up catch the bottom of Bitcoin drop. That's just going to be sheer luck. Okay. We don't know it's the bottom until we have moved well away from those levels. Let's see. Can I tell you what the strongest FANG chart is? No, because I'm gonna have to. I do have to go in 2 minutes to go and actually do my regular stuff over in the Chart Guys community. I'm just trying to stick around for a few minutes to help out because I was lost on. Well, I didn't press a button. Feel so silly about that. Lesson learned though. All right, so it looks like we have lost that 15-second support and pretty good volume on the breaks as well. So downside continuation underway. Next support level. This is a pretty rampant selling, isn't it? 29,150.4 is the next daily support. Hopefully these bulls can get something underway. Now remember, the faster we go down, the faster we can go up too. Lack of resistance here. But certainly a scary day to be in the market. So if this sort of guidance and this sort of help and analysis is interesting to you, you want to learn more about how we change our mindset and our trading approach and what we look for when we get into these conditions, and you just want to learn a little bit more about charts, this is exactly what we do all day, every day in the Chart Guys. Right now we got a group of, I don't know, there's about 900 people in the crypto rooms. Let me take a look right now. 945 talking about Bitcoin. And we do analysis and we do projections and speculate and chat and trade together. If that's something you're interested in, check out chartguys.com. We got a family of great traders. We do analysis like this 3 times a day. And yes, we do we do check out the FANG stocks and talk about who's strongest. We have a whiteboard that we do every morning that has a brief summary on what the expected conditions. And yeah, it's a great community of people. So I encourage you to check it out if you want to make some friends. And that is it for me today. I got to go over to Chart Guys and start helping those guys out. I'm supposed to be there 10 minutes ago. I appreciate you guys sticking around. Sorry again for the delay in getting started. Tomorrow I will remember to press the button. And thank you so much. Have a good day.